Upwards and onwards we go. Time to become a lawyer. Please select language. The only ones I know is Nihongo, English. So, English please. Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome to my first video of 2024. For some reason I always upload and I stop uploading, blah blah blah, whatever, but welcome to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. I know technically this is a remaster, I've never played the original. But I have played Phoenix Wright, the original trilogy was on Game Pass, and I was like, I need to get this game. And I thought, why not, I'll record it. So I thought it'd be fun. Yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Right, let's get into it. Ooh. Damn, okay, I love the art. Right, I mean, let's just get into it. Episode 1. Let's do this. Episode 1. Turnabout Trump. Trump? Where's this orange bastard? Ooh. Looks like we got a painter. Interesting art. Oh, okay. What is he doing? Gambling or something? Illegal gambling. Showdown time. Oh, they are as well. I got it right. At least I think so. You lose. Fatality. Ah! Oh shit. Eek! Man. Oh god, there's blood. Someone died. Oh damn. Oh, someone's going. Hello? Someone. I just got killed. Can't answer the phone right now. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Interesting. Oh, April 20th, 9:37 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Okay. Apollo. Panicked, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. Anyway. Panicked, palms sweaty. I can admit it, I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Who the hell is that? Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Christoph, interesting. Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Hey, my voice is special, okay? Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got about 5 a.m. to do my chords of steel. What? Oh no, chords of steel. Voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. Wow, he is not impressed. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gone, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Gulp? I can't make a sound effect of a gulp. I'll be repairing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Okay, who's our client? Hello. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. Oh, another new attorney was Phoenix Wright, eh? And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out. I know, of course. Oh, know, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. Who the hell is that? Whoa! Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're... Fine! I'm fine! Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend, so why... You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, It's time, shall we? Yes, sir! Who am I even defending? I don't even know who the fucker is. Okay, I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. Yeah. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Okay. Who the hell is that fucker? Oh, that Payne, he's suited up. The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Damn, he is looking a certain way. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank, don't panic. Too late. Oh god, he's sweating pints. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. My client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust his case to his greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Okay, we'll find out who he is now, because he has to state his name and occupation, blah blah blah. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Oh, okay, so it's Phoenix Wright. Wait, we're defending Wright? What has he done this time? I know before he, was accused of murder. But at least he looks so scruffy. Is this man okay or what? From childish to normal to scruffy, damn. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. What? No, he plays a fucking piano. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution will be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne? To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Damn, you went from bald to fucking... metal bald, I don't know. Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. The crime occurred at... what? At the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him. Wham! On the head. Smack! Killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant? You say he was... a pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright. A pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Deadly bottle added to the court record. Oh shit, we already have a couple bits and bobs. I didn't even bother checking. Deadly bottle. Grape juice bottle uses the middle and bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. If only Wright could, defend himself. I know he would be able to, cover his own ass. Something to note, Justice. All the evidence is filed in the court record. Yeah, I already know this. Christopher Gavin, age 32. Boss of Gavin Law Offices. Blah, 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 blah. Phoenix Wright, pianist of the... formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. 33. Shaddy Smith, who the hell is that? The victim in this case, a traveller, only recently back in country. Winston Payne, 61. And he got hair back on his head. Damn, that's some magic. The prosecuting attorney, for all his experience, he lacks a certain presence. How long did I yearn for one of these? Putting it on makes me feel ready. Attorney's badge. Smith's autopsy report. Time death was around 2 a.m. April 17th. Death caused by single blow to forehead. The sub-basement at the Borscht Bowl Club. So... Whoa, what the hell is this? Okay. Alright, so... He doesn't look dead, he just looks like he's sleeping, but okay. Victim's name... okay. Oh, blunt force trauma, right, okay. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it. This one is mine, proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Nice. Good for you, pal. Okay. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right, I've heard of that. Use art. I always find it funny when they do that. It's like so fourth wall breaking. It's like, dude, come on. Use art to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use art. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow? I don't know if I should keep doing the voices or not. I guess I'll check later. If it's cringe, then I'll stop. We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least, not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. Oh, I literally just looked at this photo. As you can see, a game of poker was in the progress at the scene of the crime. Was it illegal? Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in of itself. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Okay. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present, and impress women. That will be our first order of business then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Why doesn't Phoenix say anything? Come on. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. We will defend Phoenix Wright. Witness testimony. Okay. The competition. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano? Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Shut up. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? No, I already know how to do it, thanks. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered. I think you do more. I think you do better more than you think. Wait, I'm saying that wrong. I think you do better. I think you'd better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. My weapons, press and present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies, Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. I mean, if it's just like a test, like, he didn't mean to get it, but if it's a test for him to, like, you know, get better, I guess he would. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay. Right. Right, let's see. I'm playing by trade. Yeah, I can hardly play it all. Right, let's press. I always press just to get as much info as I can. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song, that's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? Okay, let's press it. They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional, after all. Bah! Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yes. Your imagination was a bit limited, Winston. What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost. Once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is. I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? I doubt it. The more we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. Okay. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It was quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. But black market? That's not good. All in the past, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoked room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little less. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. I doubt that. I mean, there's chips on the table, right? I went to look at my court record. Whoopsie doopsie. I guess we'll just press them. 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5 card hands. You can see how it would be easy to cheat. Heh. Yes, a game of hands. Okay. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game, after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Ah! Ah! I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right. There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony? Okay. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Okay, hang on. Is there a way... I don't want to present it, but I know I can inspect it. The bottle is completely empty. That's all I get from it. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Is that all I can inspect? Right, okay. Okay. Let's press him. Wait, hang on. Using 2 decks. Okay, let me press him on this one first. Okay. So, you claim you weren't gambling? That's right, it was simply a game. You didn't bet any money? Not even a little? The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself. Ho ho ho! What is this guy, Santa now? Jesus Christ. Well put, Mr. Wright. I've got a mind to play a hand of poker myself. The stakes, your fate. Can we get back to the trial now? Right, okay. Please silence regarding the murder, but I'll say... Okay, now let me press him first. Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great, like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something he said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing, and what was it? When you figure it out, I suggest presenting evidence that contradicts the testimony. Contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? Better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to the testimony again. Okay. What am I exactly... Let's see. I think it's got to be the new one, right? Regarding the murder, but I'll say I never touched the murder weapon. Isn't grape juice his favorite thing? Oh, it literally bears his print. I should have just read the description. It just bears his print. Okay, present. Objection! Ooh, I got an achievement or something. So, you say that you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle? Right. So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Hee hee hee. Oh damn, he really likes to flick that hair. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Oh, he looks so cute like that. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about the fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. That is quite strange to her. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Committing the murder. Right. I don't think Wright would actually do anything like that, though. Yes, to brain someone with the bottle. Oh! Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Okay. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Okay, come on then. Okay. The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call? My cell phone added to the court record. Used by the defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. Okay. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? What kind of sound is that? Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime? That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. God, who's it going to be? Who the hell is that? She looks a bit shy. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. Hey! So I use a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure it is okay... She looks very shy. Oh, no, the prosecution. What? Well, wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of a trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orley. That's an ugly name, not gonna lie. I'm employed as a waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said? Other service. Oh damn, what kind of service? I'll take that. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures? Da-da! Like for example, this one. Okay, and so what? Is them just chatting? That's the defendant! Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Order, order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers, casually. She's foreign, she can't even speak like English properly, so broken. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Olga's forward to the court. Defendant miss. Yeah, but that's not them underground, is it? Like the piano's there. Plus, is that snow on the fucking piano and stuff? Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room, the hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout. It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Is room where murder took place? What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shadi Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means she's the killer, obviously. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. Okay. Let's hear your testimony, bitch. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. What? But that's not correct, because you bashed him on the head, isn't it? That's not the fucking thing. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice? Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hasn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. Couldn't that just be the opposite side? Like 777 ace ace, king 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 ace ace. So the hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Chips photo added to... Okay. I didn't even read what it said. Hang on. What did it say? Defendant and victim chips. Crime. See, I reckon it's the other way around, but... See, is that snow? Why would there be snow there? That makes no sense. Was that just supposed to be like clouds? But, that would have to be before the thing. This is Wright's phone. Let's see, should I inspect? What the hell is this? Why is there like a tape on the back? Wow! The battery is being held in place in with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Yeah, one or the other. Okay. Nothing else to examine that. Anyway. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Oh yeah, this whole thing was... I forgot about that. That fateful night. Okay. So I just want to go straight to the... Wait, with hat? Oh yeah, he does have a hat, yeah. That man flew a victim and strangled him to death. Right, let me press her first and see what she says. But the defendant would never do such a thing. Eek! Well now, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please, refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? Perhaps it is because defendant has lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Go ahead, I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir, leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shoddy Smith, Mr. Right, and Mr. Right isn't the killer. Yeah, I already heard it. I've got you now, Wally. Yeah, no, he was bashed in the head. He wasn't strangled, so I just gotta present the thing, right? Come on, please be right. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Duh, normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah! Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Eh? Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet, it is fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Oh god, that looks painful. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during the investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2 out of the court. Good photo, okay. But, I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. Is such a thing as thinking too much? This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Or was I saying that aloud? Okay, so what's changing in testimony? The defendant tried to strangle victim. He hit him with a bottle. Is there any evidence that there's like... Wouldn't there be evidence of a strangulation? Right, let me press it first, see what she gives me. You didn't say anything about hitting before. So sorry. It must be forgetting this. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm guessing she's Russian. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. So he strangled him, and hit him? Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Yeah, I've heard this already. Okay. What is the contradiction? I'm going to present the crime photo 2 in hopes that there's no strangulation marks. Oh god. Please be right. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. No, this is wrong, isn't it? I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Fortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Justice. Jesus. Ugh, must be on the wrong track. Okay, let me press her a bit, shall I? Okay. You were dealing cards? Do you do this often? I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht cards, more borscht. It is my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitress. Waitresses, thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. It's cold. Okay, let me try this. It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic, rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. I love the cold, so why not? When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da? 15 plays for times. Okay. His locket? I believe it was good luck charm, da? He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it was small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much left. It wouldn't have much left. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't... It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding. So, what happened next? The last hand is done. Something terrible happened. Something terrible? The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry. Excuse me, we're sitting in this vocal training thing. Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. At the time, tried to hit him with the bottle. What's the... Wait, where's his locket gone? Because, look, he has it there, but it's disappeared. Wait, that's gotta be a clue somewhere. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna object with this. Objection! Okay, then fuck, it was the right one. You know, there was one curious part in the testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on the locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, no, but look at this photograph. It's not there! Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, and the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simply, when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off. Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah. Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say? Yes. I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh my god, he does, it's his, oh my god. But what about if he just won it fair and square? Oh god, this is getting tricky now. Oh? You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Oh shit, he has a daughter. Nice. Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So, Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that? Why didn't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Yeah, it's oddly... Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Wait, what? Did you say something? Nothing. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Da. Go on, bitch. That was what happened. It's gonna be a lie. Serious competition. The game began with 3,500 point-in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs a bottle from table and... Well, no, that's not right. They didn't go all in because they still had some left over, right? Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. Yeah, but if he went all in, there would be no chips on his side, so that's just a massive contradiction right there. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I have done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. This right said he hasn't lost in 7 years. This tells me only must be wrong. Right, I'm just gonna straight up just present the evidence against her. The one I think is right. Serious comment. Okay. Give me out with 3,000. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Then last hand. Okay, that has to be wrong because. Please say it's the right thing. What? Okay, wasn't the right one. Right, I'm just gonna press her a bit because I'm not too sure. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be, exactly 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Okay. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Yes, press harder. Come on, she did a reaction. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? What do you want, Ping? Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the All Black. Not a motorcycle carpenter. Thanks. I'd have pressed it. I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yeah. As I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip, 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. It is not money, da? Justice. Sir, don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add her testimony? Yes, add it. Anything. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. I reckon if we add up all the chips, it's not gonna add up. So we just need to do some maths. Very well, witness. If you would be so kind. Your Honor. One kind of chip is worth hundreds, other kind is 1,000, two kinds in all. Right, let me get a look at this picture. So, hang on. What was it? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10,600. That's not even the freaking. Okay, I'm gonna present it. Objection! It just doesn't add up at all. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at this picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten... just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Yes. Let's review what the witness has told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips. And the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1 carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that I can't say that word. Look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips just don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. Yes, I agree. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. Both. I don't know. I didn't think this far. Ah, fucking hell. Starting points wrong. What would that be? 5,300. I'm gonna say both are right and just think that she nicked them and just put them in for cash. You're trying to get in the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness, utter madness. Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6,000. Oh shit, that is right. I didn't even think of it like that. Why? That does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Yeah, but what does that mean? Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out yourself. Nah, I didn't even know what to choose myself. I just went with what I thought, just fuck it. Like, I didn't really understand. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. What do you want, Payne? But wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Oh! Exactly. Small chips are 1,000 points and large chips are 100. Oh my god, wait, is there more small chips on... Oh, yeah. That means Wright was winning, because that's 4,100, and they got 2,000, 3, 6, 2,900, damn. Let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant had 4,100 points. Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night or after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Oh damn, fair play. She's good at catching shit. Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now... oh, I didn't even read all that. Right, who objected this time? Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? Hang on, what was he saying? We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness testimony yet. Hold it. I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, See what? No, that's the wrong voice. See what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, what do you mean? A scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Okay. Let's hear it, bitch. The final hand. The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you looked at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. Da! The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. What? Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Why, these days, you don't know your poker? I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards of the same number makes a pair, 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Fair enough. The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional conman losing when they cheat? That is true. So what if it was the other way around, maybe? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to press her because I can't think of anything to present, so I'll just press her. Just how hard is it to make a full house, anyway? It is quite hard, It is making a pair and a 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult, to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of the courtroom number 3. Very difficult, but it's not impossible. Okay, full house, hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time. Valid, I respect it. 4 of each card, you say? There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. This is an interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons. Huh? You don't say. Oh, I did. Oh my god. Oh, and did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in the deck and you get 364 a year. You don't say. Isn't that 1 day short? That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year. All in a deck of cards. Huh? You don't say. We're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. I agree. Okay, hang on. So, 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. So let's see. So this club, heart, spade, and diamond. Okay. Okay. But, so all the cards are definitely from 1 pack because none of them repeat. So. Okay, let me press her more. How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. What? a 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's too. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Perhaps I should say a hand. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's jokes. Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. But no, that's not right. I already checked this. There's 4 aces. So fuck you, bitch. Object that shit. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradictions in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Oh, okay, I got my finger here. Here. How do I... Oh, X. Miss Orley, in your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Wow. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. No, that also didn't happen. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating, alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces in total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. It is true, I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying. She's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards? The cards? Mr. Payne? Yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? These cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? I don't fucking know. I mean, I guess the victim. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. Yeah, exactly. She said it was there, but then it wasn't, yada yada yada. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. The evidence, victim's hand. Victim Smith's hand was left at the scene of Full House. Well, times are wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. Okay, he's doing it for me. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the right stick to turn it every which way and X and Y to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's flip it. Oh, damn. Yeah, that was cheating. What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Eh? Ah! That's impossible. But I put that card in right hand. Ah! Oh, shit. So what, is this hand actually right? Or... Well, she must have slipped the card in the deck then. What was that, Miss Orley? No, yeah, I merely said that I have Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer... Ah! Wait, so you mean... This witness, Miss Orley. She's the cheater, a professional, I wager. Yeah. And then she catches all that. Fair play, at least she's good at something. Order. Focus Justice, time to take advantage of her. I mean, of a mistake, yeah. Careful with your words there, mate. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in right hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shuddy Smith. Oh! Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. If Miss Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Hey. Well, there you go, she couldn't catch it that time. Oh no, it still landed. Fair play. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor. It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggestion, a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Who the hell was that? Wasn't that right? Oh, it was! I recognized that sound. Mr. Wright, you can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense are the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different coloured back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. True. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks at the club have different coloured backs, blue and red. 1 colour per deck. Why use different coloured backs? If you use the same colour, the 2 decks might get mixed. You used different colours and they still got mixed up? We used the red deck for the last game. I see. But isn't that odd? For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong colour got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's just consider the first question, shall we? Think. The last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. Could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped... Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or maybe not. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? Let me look at the court record. Okay, so... Okay, so there's nothing in that photo. Interesting. The cards in that photo are flipped upside down. And that was... Ace, ace... And then if you look here, this was when they found the body. Blue cards... What? Wait, but there's a deck of blue cards there. Oh, I get it. I think so. That's a deck of blue card. They were playing with red, but then she swapped the red deck out with the blue deck, and then, did she make a mistake then? With the king or something? I don't know. Or the ace. So it was during the murder. It has to be during the murder, I think. Well, when they swapped during the murder? During the murder? Tell me, exactly when is that? Huh? Well, the very moment of the act, I guess. Would that be the moment the cards were shown? Or perhaps the moment when the cheater was revealed? Or maybe the very moment the bottle came down on Miss Smith's head? Could I have a moment? That moment could cost you this case. Sorry, let me rethink this. Okay, well then, after the murder. Perhaps it happened after the murder? What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after their hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you stop cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. It's... Does that mean then... Would the body swapped or something to make it look like he was right? But oh, who knows? Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight onto crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orly. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? Shit. I'm gonna... Didn't Phoenix Wright go upstairs and call? So I'm gonna say Olga and hope for the best. Why, it must have been Olga Orly who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry, but there's a problem with that explanation. Huh? The swapped card was from the wrong deck. Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand. Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. Do you really think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give it a little more thought, Apollo. Right. Okay, so who... Well, then it was Phoenix Wright, but why would that happen? Was he trying to cover up the cheating? But why would he do that? The one who swapped the cards was Mr. Wright. It was you, wasn't it? And why would I do such a thing? Well, because, maybe you were trying to hide the fact that you cheated? That would make sense, but the swap card was in the victim's hand. Oh. Sorry. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice. Come to think of it, he would lack a motive for helping his opponent win. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for... So someone else? Was it the victim who did it? What? Well, it has to be someone else then. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orly either. What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea about what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orly, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand, and that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right, the person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it was expecting it to be a fifth ace after all. But why would they do that? That makes no sense. What was the point of replacing the card? All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now. but you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. There was more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded on one central assumption, namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Okay, do I get a chance to speak to Wright? 20th, 11:52 AM, District Court, defendant lobby number 3. An hour and a half. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out on... I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice. Yeah, yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Okay. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Let's have a look. Who the hell is that? It's like a magician. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that you managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like a trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of the testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Yeah, I didn't even take notice of that, to be fair. I mean, what did Phoenix do 7 years ago? Is that like the last case he did? But what was his last case? I can't even remember. Oh shit. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Almost forgot one more thing. About this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cord of steel were that special. Yeah, neither did I. I think this is training Apollo. I mean, I'm sure he was on about me. Where is fucking Maya or whatever? She'd be helpful. This time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Thanks, Phoenix Wright. I will. To be continued. Dun dun dun. I think I'll end this here. The first part, I guess. We'll get back to it though. It's already been a while. But no, that was fun. Oh wait, that magician lady. I remember I played Phoenix Wright. The special episode had that like scientist girl. And that magician, it's her sister. The twins, aren't they? So yeah. Interesting. So I don't think so. My thoughts so far, I don't think that's his daughter. I think that is the victim's locket. And he took it for some reason, or it was gifted to him for some reason. It's hard to think of what could be what, because it gets to a point where it's like, what is going on? It gets super confusing, but well, oh jeez, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the end of the first part. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too boring. I tried to, put on voices, make it somewhat entertaining. But yeah, let me know what you think is gonna happen next, because I have no clue. God knows. Maybe I genuinely think it was the magician who was the person who swapped out the card for whatever reason. Because maybe she was there because it's his daughter. Maybe she got scared and wanted to try and protect him or something. I don't know. And then just mucked up. But either way, I think it's her. So I think Orly was the one who killed the victim, but I think the person in the locket, she was the one who mixed up the cards on accident. I think that's what's happened. But we'll see if that's what happened. Who knows? Maybe I'm just stupid. But anyway, I just want to thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next chapter, next trial, I'll see you in the next court session. Have a good one.